Okay, welcome everyone to the Cleveland chapter of Salesforce Marketers Group. Today we're gonna kick off our Data Cloud for Marketers series with an introduction to Salesforce Data Cloud by Adam Babcock. So, real quick on the agenda for today, we're gonna do quick introductions for Adam. Then I'm gonna go ahead and give you some highlights from the Dreamforce conference. And then we're gonna dive right into Data Cloud for Marketers series, where Adam is gonna give us an intro to Salesforce Data Cloud, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about what this series is about. So with that, Adam, you wanna introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Apologize for not being able to be there in person today. I caught COVID, so I'm stuck at home, but feeling okay and happy to be chatting with all you guys. So I've been working in the marketing cloud space for about the past 13 years. Worked at about four different partner agencies, two of those local to Ohio. And I see some familiar faces and the names on here, so it's great to see you guys. And I've got my consultant certification, developer, email specialist, a couple part out ones, and then I've been delving more into some of the new products like Data Cloud and Marketing Cloud personalization as well. So happy to talk to you guys a little bit about Data Cloud and kick the series off.
Awesome. Thank you, Adam. Just I'm meeting a few people here. All right, so um, I wish I was an option to just admit everyone, but that's okay. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thanks, Adam. All right. So let me see. All right. So before we get started with the Data Cloud series, wanted to provide a little bit of insights of what I thought were some really cool announcements that there were at Dreamforce. It was a lot, to take in really. But I want to share a couple of things. So, as it was a whole week, pretty much, if you account for traveling on Monday. A lot of us that lived in Cleveland took that morning flight, leaving at 6 a.m. on Monday. And then I personally left on Thursday on the red eye, which was, I kind of regretted a little bit, but, I was here on Friday. And, and there were 1,500 sessions, hundreds of products demos. There were a lot of hands-on workshops and certification workshops the day before. So again, if you haven't been to Dreamforce, it's a lot. It could be very overwhelming. I will say, compared to last year, this year it felt a lot more breathable. I don't know what happened last year, if it was like a smaller space or a lot more people, but it felt like you couldn't even walk or get to another session. This year it felt a lot more, a lot more space. You could get to one session to another, so I was able to go to a lot of the sessions that I wanted to go. um, I want to talk about some of the announcements that I seen at the keynote, and I'm gonna leave a couple of links or QR codes for you to kind of see, and to kind of see more announcements. But basically, the first one that I think it was a lot of the I want to say a lot of what I seen is a lot of emphasis or focus on data cloud. I think that data cloud, obviously generative AI was a big topic. In fact, they were saying it's the biggest AI conference in the planet or whatnot, so they were branding the conference as an AI conference, which was kind of interesting. But a lot of the announcements on the keynotes were around generative AI. I found that very, very interesting, and also a lot of it is like centered on what data cloud can do. I see for marketing, I see that the trend is becoming more that data cloud is becoming, the hub, not only for like data segmentation and harmonization, but also for activations. One example is intelligence, segment intelligence for data cloud. This in the demo, you even see it on the keynote. It seems like it's marketing cloud intelligence or Datorama embedded into data cloud. So the idea is to like being able to understand your segments, based on the performance of the campaigns that you have, similar to how you will do it in Datorama, but also activate, segments from those insights. So there is a really interesting demo on the main keynote that you can see there, and but it does look like it's pretty much Datorama embedded into data cloud in a way. Um, a lot of the features I was also, I don't know if the word is pleased or surprised, or I don't know, intrigued, I guess, that a lot of the features that they were announcing are going to be generally available in the next month or so. There's a lot of marketing cloud features that are, if you read the release features for marketing cloud for this winter release, they are releasing them between October 7 and the end of October. They are releasing a lot of the generative AI features that they showcase at Dreamforce. So I think that's kind of nice. We'll be able to get your hands in them. Um, I think this one is another one that's interesting. Is like just creating segments with natural processing language. So basically, we went from like being able to depend, being able to how to write SQL to, being able to drag and drop the segments, which I, believe that, even though you can create segments using drag and drop, if you don't have understanding of the relationships between like the entities and whatnot, there's not much that you could do about it with that, with drag and drop. So I think this feature takes it a step further, and I'm interested to test it out, because you can actually, use kind of like a chat GPT type interface to ask Einstein to produce a segment for you. So, again, I'm interested to see how this functionality works, especially if you have a complex model. I'm interested to see what opportunities you have as a marketer or even as a developer to tweak that segment or that query that is generated. Another one that's, more related to Salesforce Marketing Cloud engagement, and they're also like releasing the similar functionality to account engagement, is content creation. So they partner with this company called Typeface, which is not the font company. I don't know what they name themselves as, the same company that does the fonts. But I do get a lot of questions about, so can we use custom fonts? No, no, this is a different company. Um, and basically what they do is they have their own large language model, and you can, they analyze your content, basically images, product catalogs, and whatnot, and it allows you to generate content, whether that's images, copy, and whatnot. One of the cool features about this is basically with GPT, one of the main things is prompting, is like creating the prompt to generate that content. And what you try to do is that you try to give your prompt a personality. So you will say, you are a marketer with 10 years of experience, you gotta write this copy for blah blah blah. Well, what they did on this feature is that there is a admin function where you can manage your personalities, and you basically will put, okay, this is my customer personas, for example. You could put, so this is like, a family, the head of a family of five, blah blah blah. You give it a personality. So then when you go into marketing cloud and say, okay, create copy for this personality, on the back end, what happens is it takes into account, generates a prompt, and it takes into account that personality to generate copy that is relevant for you. The other thing that you can do here is basically gives you alternatives for the copy, and then you can choose which one, you want to use, and also which one you like or not. Supposedly sending feedback back to a large language model to say, okay, I didn't like this one, try to suppress, this type of copy in the future. So this one is one that is coming on the next release for Marketing Cloud. Marketing Cloud engagement, I think, is going to be Q1 of next year. But Marketing Cloud, no, sorry, Marketing Cloud account engagement is Q1 of next year. Marketing Cloud engagement is coming like a couple of weeks. Another one interesting, I'm trying to cover mostly for marketers that I've seen. Another one interesting is just the ability to, again, what I'm seeing is like Marketing Cloud personalization and marketing and Data Cloud are products that overlap each other a lot, especially when it comes to like identity resolution and segmentation. And I think what one of the things that I noticed in a trend is that they are starting to embed more functionality or integrate more functionality from Marketing Cloud personalization into Data Cloud and Service Cloud. So this one is basically the ability to embed the event stream from Marketing Cloud personalization into Service Cloud, so you can do things like next best action or try to have more context about what the person is browsing. So when if you're a customer service support person, you can talk to the person with some context. And again, there is a lot more integration between Marketing Cloud personalization and Salesforce Data Cloud and CRM that I've been seeing a lot more of. And this one, it was huge. It was on the main keynote. Basically, Salesforce is releasing free Data Cloud, uh, and Tableau licenses. The QR code here that you see here takes you to a LinkedIn post from one of the Salesforce product people that explains like what are the limitations, what is it that you get with this free Data Cloud license and whatnot, and then what to do to apply. But I think it's very interesting, even if you wanna, I think it's like a very interesting move from Salesforce. Data Cloud is an enterprise product. It has a lot of, it has a big price tag tied to it, and I think they're trying to make it a little more mainstream so people can see a value, and then they get to like upgrade from it. So I wanna see what else happens with that. So the last thing I would say is like I will highly recommend going into Salesforce Plus because you can see all the keynotes, like the main keynote and the marketing keynote, that are really great. I left a QR code there so you can, but if you go to Salesforce Plus and you search, that's what I usually do when I wanna do a summary. When I'm writing a blog post about a summary, I didn't pay attention 100%. I can rewatch it, at home and take good notes. I actually was lucky to present at Dreamforce. So if you wanna see my presentation, I did a presentation on generative AI for admin developers and marketers, and I had a lot of fun with it. So if you wanna watch it, I put the video up in YouTube. And then the other one is the state of marketing report. I think they have a lot of insights about what just thought leadership, and also they do they sorry, listen to me. Okay. um they survey a lot of customers, and they provide insight from it, so highly recommend that. Okay, awesome. All right, I'm gonna meet one more person, and I think that's it for the summary of Dreamforce. I don't know if anyone has any questions or anything they'd like to know. um like I said, there was a lot more announcements really on the keynote. I tried to highlight the ones that for marketers will be relevant. So all right, so with that, Adam, if you would like to share your screen, and I'll pass it to you. And I don't know if I need to make yeah, you should be able to share.
You guys see it? Hold on, okay, I just gotta, are you seeing the presentation?
Yeah, let me put it on the other screen, on the projector screen, so people here can see it. Perfect.
Okay, great. Thanks, Pato. Data Cloud for Marketers series. So today we're going to do the introduction to Salesforce Data Cloud, and then in the next couple sessions dealing with Data Cloud, we're going to dig more into the data ingestion and harmonization next, and then after that, segmentation and activation, and then generative AI features. Pato just went over a few of those and they look pretty cool, so that'll be a really fun one as well. So to get started today, I'm going to give you just kind of a high-level overview of Data Cloud and some of the features and use cases for that. But just to kind of start, I'm not really sure where everyone's at in terms of knowledge around Data Cloud, what it is, all that stuff. So I kind of want to start off with defining what is a CDP, because Data Cloud is Salesforce version of a CDP. So a CDP is a customer data platform. Is a specialized software program platform designed to collect, unify, and manage customer data from various different sources to create that single comprehensive customer profile. And I'm sure that is a term that you guys have heard Salesforce talk about a lot throughout the years. They've talked about that single profile and tried to introduce a bunch of different products to help you get there. And this is where Data Cloud is coming in now. The primary goal of a CDP is to enable businesses to gain a deeper understanding of their customers and deliver more personalized and relevant marketing, sales, and customer service experiences. So some of the key components of a CDP are data ingestion. Most CDPs can ingest data from a wide range of sources. Websites, mobile apps, CRM systems, social media, email platforms, and many more. They use the data connectors and APIs to seamlessly collect that data and integrate it together. The next component is data unification. So this is really one of the core functions of a CDP, being able to unify and consolidate customer data from all those different touch points and data sources that we just mentioned into that single centralized profile. And then it also cleanses and enriches data. Many CDPs offer real-time data processing capabilities, which allow businesses to access and utilize customer data in real time. And then you can use these CDPs to clean and standardize your data for more accuracy and consistency. It also gives you that ability to enrich that customer profile with third-party data sources to provide some additional context for your users. And then the next one, like I just mentioned, real-time processing. This is particularly available for personalization, things like real-time website experiences based on interactions that your users are having with the website. And so it gives you a really nice ability to kind of give you that relevance experience in real time. And then a big one, segmentation and analysis. CDPs allow you to segment your customer base into groups based on attributes and behaviors from all those different data sources that we've talked about. So you can really have that deeper understanding and more relevant context when segmenting your user base. And then finally, integration with marketing and sales tools. So CDPs often integrate with other marketing automation tools, email platforms, CRM systems, advertising platforms, to be able to facilitate the use of that customer data for different marketing and sales activities. So what is Salesforce Data Cloud? Cloud now, but you may have in the past heard it referred to as Genie or Customer 360 or one of the many other names that Salesforce decided that they wanted to change throughout the process of launching this product. But basically, like I said, it is Salesforce's new CDP product, giving you that ability to unify your data into a true single customer profile and activate that across your different marketing and analytics platforms. So let's start talking about some of the capabilities of Data Cloud, which will be pretty similar to what we just talked about CDPs in general, but a little more specific in how Data Cloud kind of uses those. So obviously ingestion is a big capability, and having that ability to natively connect with your other Salesforce products like Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Tableau, all those different products it offers are seamlessly connected into Data Cloud. And then they also give you the ability to, out of the box, connect with things like Google Cloud Storage. I believe Meta is one of the native connectors, and a couple other ones. And then you can kind of do some custom connectors as well. There's batch and streaming data ingestion, so you have the ability to stream data in real time, but also do some batch updated data for some of your larger data sets that you don't need to have that real-time capability for. It also can, using like the web SDK and the app, mobile SDKs, you can seamlessly integrate those sources into the Data Cloud as well. And then it has API access, and if you are a MuleSoft user with their easy connectors, there's over 150 different data sources that you can easily connect to through MuleSoft. And then it gives you the ability to manage consent preferences and track those and stay in compliance with consumer privacy laws and capturing known and unknown data. And then once you have that data ingested, the next thing you want to do is identify it and be able to connect, match, and resolve that customer data into that unified profile. Data Cloud has advanced identity resolution, resolving customer identity using flexible rules with exact and AI-powered matching, so it gives you a little flexibility on how you want to match those profiles. You can reconcile matched customer data into a unified profile that optimizes personalization strategies, streamline that enterprise data management by mapping and harmonizing data across data silos with customer graph and click-based UI. So, in true Salesforce fashion, there's a lot of no code functionality here, a lot of drag and drop, click UI, so it's pretty easy to use, just like a lot of the other products as well. And then cross-device identity management, enriching profiles with first-party pseudonym data, including first-party cookies, device IDs, mains and hens. So it gives you a really good ability to identify people from all the different data sources you're bringing in and create that unified profile. Excuse me. And then segmentation and activation, when you think about this is one of the core pieces of any CDP, but especially Data Cloud, being able to have that data, connect it, have that unified profile, and then what do you do with it? You want to be able to segment it and act upon it. So it gives you, the ability to easily segment that data. There's, again, a lot of that drag and drop functionality that you're kind of used to through like filters from Marketing Cloud, as opposed to having to write out complex SQL statements. You do have the ability to do some SQL stuff as well, but you can create your segments from different data sources by just dragging and dropping things, which is a really nice feature. But there's also, excuse me, some Einstein that's involved, where you can leverage integrated Einstein calculated attributes to add model data like propensity and lifetime value scores. You get immediate results, so you don't have to like publish a segment or something in order to see if it meets, what you're looking for. When you build it out, it'll tell you exactly how many people meet the criteria that you selected, so you can say, okay, yeah, this is what I was hoping for, or maybe I need to further refine my segment or something like that. But you get those results in real time. You don't have to wait for a whole bunch of processes run in the background or anything like that. So it's super helpful for validating whether or not the audiences that you're building will work for you. And then activate anywhere, so you can activate this data to obviously Marketing Cloud. You can use it for advertising within the personalization product. You can activate it to external partners, but it gives you that ability to take these audiences, these segmentations, and send those where they're needed to create meaningful marketing or sales campaigns for you. And then insights, so being able to embed data with intelligence and analytics tools to help you optimize your programs as well. Like I said, Einstein is a big part of all of Salesforce products, but definitely Marketing Cloud. So you can leverage that AI to drive recommendations and insights and take advantage of the calculated insights for scoring and modeling. And there's an inherent Tableau integration, so you can use that to further dig into your data and really figure out, do a lot deeper dive into whether things are working for you or not. Intelligence integration as well. Pato kind of touched on that a bit earlier, but so in addition to Tableau, there's also the integration with intelligence. And then bringing your own AI as well. I'm not sure exactly when this is part of GA. I don't know if they talk about that at Dreamforce as well, but they will, if they don't already have it, they will give you the ability to use external AI models directly within Salesforce for predictions and segmentation. So you can kind of even go beyond just what is available with Einstein and bring in your own models and use that as well. So what are some of the use cases for Data Cloud? Really creating value across that customer life cycle, excuse me. So the customer data platform or Data Cloud supports a ton of use cases across the entire service area funnel. It can help bring awareness by delivering highly relevant offers by targeting customers based on recent engagement with marketing and advertising programs. It increases engagement for your users, creates more effective calls to action campaigns by leveraging this historical campaign data to inform the most relevant segments and activation channels. It can increase acquisition. You can overlap your entire first-party data and use target lookalike audiences for customers. You can create seed segments to help perform better on scale media environments. Improve onboarding by leveraging historical data to create really targeted new customer journeys that work across all your different channels. You can use it to help cross-sell and upsell by using historical purchase data from commerce to suppress past purchasers or target new customers with specific offers, and then increase loyalty by leveraging loyalty status, point balances, other loyalty attributes to kind of help improve retention and increase lift. Um, some of the ways you can do this, like I said, marketing activation, Data Cloud is integrated with Marketing Cloud and Journey Builder as well. So you can send segments that you create directly to Marketing Cloud for either manual, like one-off sends, or you can send them directly into a journey. You can create triggers within Data Cloud as well that automatically send people into journeys that you have created. It helps you improve your email performance by getting away from that batch and blast sending and using more precision targeting, leveraging all of your different data from all those different sources. And then it also works with mobile as well. So you can push that Data Cloud data into Marketing Cloud and use that for SMS campaigns or mobile push campaigns and things like that. Advertising activation is a big use case for Data Cloud. Whether you're using the advertising studio functionality in Journey Builder, or you're using some of those connectors to Google or Meta, but you're able to push those segments, create, like we talked about before, lookalike audiences, and really, target who you're sending or who you want to deliver advertising to by more data from all your different data sources. So instead of just kind of using one or two data sources, you have a whole bunch of different data that you can use to generate where you want your advertising to be seen and who you want to target. You have the app exchange activations as well. So you can provision data to your vendor ecosystem, agencies, advertising platforms, and more through that app exchange marketplace. And then you can connect programmatic by pushing data into Amazon S3 buckets, basically sending your data on data anywhere you need it to go. And then real-time personalization, so similar to what Pato described earlier, the integration between Data Cloud and personalization is a big piece of being able to deliver those real-time on-web interactions for your user base. You can use segments from within Data Cloud to drive campaigns in personalization. You can use it to send people through journeys. And then that new feature that Pato was describing by improving that integration and giving more information back to the CRM or Sales Cloud or Service Cloud as well. Really helps you with next best action recommendations, as well as just understanding what your users are doing on the website when you're having those customer interactions on the phone or over email. Right now, prior to that release in October, you don't get a ton of information on what an individual user is doing within personalization through the integration. So improving that and really giving kind of that real-time feed of what they've been doing and engaging with on your site is a big improvement and something that will really help with service agents and things like that. And then, enriching segments with interactions to just capture advertising and marketing interaction data through web tag and mobile SDK, and enrich Data Cloud for marketing segments. It's a really powerful piece of the puzzle, having that personalization integration And then kind of tying it back to analytics, just giving you that ability to unlock those deep insights with a single source of truth. You can optimize performance instead with pre-built data cloud and intelligent dashboard that are informed by those calculated insights. You have that connectivity with Tableau to really do some further BI work and dig down into your data and use that. And the Tableau connectivity, you can create dashboards that are directly visible within your data cloud instance as well, so you don't have to be in multiple different user interfaces. And then, like I said, the ability to bring in your own AI model, I think that's going to be a big one once that gets kind of generally released and used. So that's really it. That's kind of just that high level overview of what data cloud is, what you can do with it, and then like I said in the beginning, we'll dig more into some of these features and use cases and things like that in the further sessions. But did want to open it up to see if anyone had any questions or comments or anything that they wanted to say about data cloud.
Is it disabled? Oh, I'm sorry. What's your question, Judy?
Okay. Can they hear me?
I think so. I can repeat it if not.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, okay. Hi,
Oh,
Adam.
cool.
Sorry we missed you in person. Hope you feel better soon. Great presentation. My question is, if I want to get started with the free data cloud that was announced at Dreamforce, I know it's only a certain number of unified profiles and credits. Do you have any ideas for like how to get started, like entry into data cloud? What's a good starter, like proof of concept to do?
Yeah, so the free data cloud is an interesting one. It actually took, I know that the graphic that Pato had up and what they had at Dreamforce said get up to 10,000 profiles, but it's actually credits is what matters. So you get, I think it's 25,000 credits. Pato, feel free to tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, you're right.
What they're saying is that should get you about 10,000 profiles, but it's not actually profiles that they're counting, it's all the credits. And another important thing to realize is that with this free instance, uh, activation and segmentation is not supported. So really what they want you to do, they want you to connect your data, see how easy it is, or not easy, to get those data sources connected, unify that data, and start playing around with it, and then say, oh, well, okay, this is great. Now I want to go all in and build out segments and activate models and stuff like that. So you definitely have to be really careful with the amount of data you bring in for this free use case, because it's really easy to go over that 25,000 credit.
It's like, yeah, it's 250,000.
250, yeah, it's really, for comparison, I think like with a regular instance, buying data cloud, you get couple of million or something like that. So it's maybe 100 million, I don't remember, but it's a big difference between what you would get if you were to purchase the product outright. And Salesforce is, I don't think they've done it yet, haven't seen it, but they are putting out some documentation around use cases they consider being a good starter for this free instance that you get. One of the things that you do not really have the ability to do is filter the data you're bringing in beforehand through data cloud, right? So if you only wanted to bring in a subset of your data to kind of play around with it and get a feel for it, you would need some sort of third-party system to do that ahead of time and then connect that subset of data to Data Cloud, as opposed to connecting to your source and saying, well, I only want X amount of records. So again, you gotta be careful and think through like how much data you're gonna bring in, what you want to see done with that, and all that kind of stuff. But just from a perspective of, what would be useful and relevant, I mean, I would probably recommend starting with a couple of your sources, maybe not all of them. So clearly, if you have Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, those are connectors, really easy to use, stuff like that. But maybe if you have like a Snowflake or a data warehouse that you want to get in there, you could try to connect that as well. And just start to think of how your data is all going to be unified, what those rules are, and really just get a feel for how to do that stuff within the platform. Because the free instance is really about giving you an opportunity to learn what it's like to use it and see whether or not it's going to be useful for you. So not the best answer. There's a lot of ambiguity around exactly how to do it the best way. Still waiting to see that documentation, of course, said they're going to be providing. Is that what you just posted about that?
Yeah, I'm putting FAQs on the chat. It has all the FAQs about like what the crates are that you get, and only available for unlimited or enterprise customers. Yeah. And then that link over there has like the um, multipliers for credits, kind of like the super messages, right? The multipliers for credits. So you can kind of see what I'm saying. It's a typical Data Cloud license comes with like 10 million credits, and this one gives you 250,000. So if you imagine like I think every 2,000, one of a multiplier is about, how much data you're pushing in from like a website. That's gonna consume pretty quick. So to Adam's point, try to like, work with your web team to like, only let certain type of events to come in or whatnot, just to do a proof of concept. Um, yeah, that would be, that would be what I do. But typically, yeah, I will try to integrate the website. Website should be easier to. I don't know why I'm not letting people send messages, but I don't know. I'm gonna let them in case they have questions. Um, so the typical use case that I would start with is try to bring data from the website. I would say Data Cloud right now is an enterprise level product. So think about multiple websites, multiple sources of data. Identity resolution has to be a big problem for you, I think, for it to make sense. To implement something like Data Cloud. But I know I have a feeling that it's gonna get more and more available for different type of customers, because that's where everything is going, right? So I think someone else had a question. I know Michael. I think you raised your hand, perhaps.
Hey, thanks. You did answer part of my question there. Just I was looking to see what everybody's thoughts were on like who the right user, right team, like right company is to start leveraging Data Cloud, because it seems like everybody should want to have it, right? But like you may not have a program that has enough scale. So like if you don't have enough scale, you don't have enough, customers, how much effort should you put in to leveraging the CDP if you can't really, you know, improve something with it because you don't have the scale? Or like I'm trying to envision like what kind of team would be needed to support this too. Like even though it seems like as a user I could do a lot with Data Cloud and like get in there, mess around, and see some of the great things that it could do. I'm going to need support, especially from an analytical perspective, to see if something's working. So like if CDP is making a magic happen to like create multiple touches across different channels, that's great, but how do I prove it's working? Seems like it would be more than, a single person's job. It would be using tools maybe Salesforce has, but then also other resources. It just
Yeah.
feels like this is a fantastic product, but it definitely requires like your data to be foundationally pretty darn sound. Otherwise, you're not going to get anything out of CDP. You're going to need to have pretty good scale of the data. You're going to need to have more than a single person. You're going to need a team of people. It seems like it's a great thing. It just needs to be for more mature companies.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, I think we're yeah, we're I think the vision is there, and Salesforce is putting a lot of effort to get there. But I think right now it's more like an enterprise product. I was talking to a person at Dreamforce, and they were, they were implementing Data Cloud, but they have a whole like analytics team. They were doing all the identity resolution on Snowflake and bringing all the data into CDP. Like they were resolving a lot of complex identity resolution operations in a separate place, even not even in Data Cloud, and then using Data Cloud as their segmentation and activation tool for marketers, for example, right? So, um, yeah, I agree. I think you have to think of Data Cloud right now as an enterprise platform. I think it's gonna get more and more available. I also think, for example, one of the challenges right now that I face a lot is customers have use cases around real-time personalization, or retargeting users from the website to somewhere else, and those are capabilities that are more into marketing cloud personalization. But marketing cloud personalization is not as strong or advanced in identity resolution or segmentation. They have a good segmentation tool, but it's not as good as Data Cloud. So you end up implementing both. And when you end up implementing both, then you're talking about like, implementation timeline, and then trying to understand, okay, how do I separate the responsibilities of these tools? So, the teams that are creating segments or activating campaigns know what to do where, um, so yeah, I think, yeah, it's a very interesting topic to discuss, especially when you add more and more platforms that are not, they are a product of like Salesforce acquiring other companies. That's when it's challenging. So
Yeah, and
mhm.
I will say, um, you brought up 2 points. So one, like, you said, you know, rightfully so. It's like, it's pretty easy to use. You can jump in there and play around with it and all that kind of stuff. Just like almost every Salesforce product, it has a really easy to use user interface. But there are definitely some very complicated concepts and things like that involved with it. So you really have to know what you're doing, especially around data unification, matching, all that kind of stuff. And so you want to make sure, like you mentioned, like you have the right team, people who are really familiar with your data, how they relate to each other, all that kind of stuff. Don't get fooled by the no code that Salesforce likes to pitch. And then the other piece, um, oh man, I blanked on something that you brought up, Hato. Yeah, slipped my mind.
That's okay.
Blame it on you.
I was making a joke the other day. I was making a joke to someone that they say like clicks no code, and I was like, top,
Yeah.
no clicks. It's gonna be the next one, top, no clicks. Einstein, hey Einstein, give me a segment for. So real quick, I'm gonna share my screen real quick because you know, I I kind of messed up, and I wanted to give you a little more context on what we're doing in this series, and I didn't do that, so I apologize. So let's see. Okay, so um, So the intention of this series is to, you know, get a good general understanding of what Data Cloud can do and get a little bit in the platform, because again, like, it's a tool that not a lot of you may have access to. Even with the free version, you don't have access to a lot of the functionality. And us as like companies that work with Salesforce, we have a little more access to like environments that we can show you. So you're not gonna get out of here like, oh, I'm an expert in Data Cloud, because no one, I don't think we have experts, but you are gonna try. My intention is so you can try to understand what can you do in the tool, and try to understand how it works. So the first session we wanted Adam to walk us through, like, the general concept of what a CDP is, what Data Cloud can do for you. And then in October, next month or next week even, but in October, the next session, my idea is to walk you through, how to do, how harmonization and ingesting data works in Data Cloud. And I'm gonna, use a demo environment and try to get a little more in the tool, so you can actually see how it looks, how you will do this ingestion, harmonization, and to Michael's point, try to get an idea. Okay, what do I need? On November, we're gonna talk about segmentation and activation. I'm gonna try to touch on how you can create your segments, what limitations you have to get those segments published, and where can you activate them? What type of third-party integrations there are. How can you activate segments in Marketing Cloud? Again, I'm gonna try to show as much as I can the tool. But also try to show the capabilities as well. And then number 4, we're gonna have someone from Salesforce, from product marketing, to talk about the advanced features that they have presented at Dreamforce, that talk about generative AI. So she's gonna talk a little more about the future of Data Cloud with generative AI and walk us through that. And I might add like a session 5, thinking about it now. I'm thinking about doing more like a Q&A session with some people from the Data Cloud product, so we can ask questions about pricing, limitations, all those questions that I honestly may not have the answers. Because we're not that ingrained, but we can maybe as a team collect a bunch of questions, and if we have like 20 questions, 10 questions, we can sit in a room with some of the product people and ask them some questions and have them react to it. So that's why I'm thinking maybe add an additional one that's kind of like asking anything type session. So these sessions are being recorded. I'm gonna upload them into YouTube. So I'll share the deck as well. And yeah, look for an invite. The next sessions we're gonna do them 100% online. Because it's gonna be cold here now. Because I don't wanna go out. It's cold here. No, but just because again, we're trying to not ask a lot of you. So we've been doing every other month in person and online. But these ones we figure we'll just do them online. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if anyone else has any questions online. If not, we can conclude the online meeting. Okay.
I'm gonna hit like the bottom few slides just about the Slack channel.
Oh yeah, we have one more thing. Sorry, one more thing. I forgot about those. So we have a Slack channel. If you want to join the Slack channel, you can ask questions there. Usually Tom puts random stuff about sports that I don't understand, but he gives us a heads up of the next meetups. But also it's a group to like ask questions. Like, hey, like this is a group for like we have a lot of people that have a lot of knowledge. So maybe you can throw out questions. Hey, I have a use case. What will you guys do? And try to share some ideas, So we have this Slack community open, and then what else we have? And then if you have ideas, so we're always looking for presenting. But if you don't volunteer yourself, we're gonna volunteer you, like we did with Adam or Julie. And now I see Chris here, I might, ask him. So, yeah, if you want to showcase, this is pretty. It's not, as you can see. It's like, we try to make a formal presentation one up, but it's all about sharing your experience and your knowledge. So, if you wanna share anything on your end. It doesn't have to be, ideally something related to marketing, but it can be also, we are also interested in learning about development, so I don't know if Orlando wants to share some of his Apex magic or whatever, we're always interested to see what that platform can do, so.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's it, right? Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining, and yeah,